At Sleep Outfitters Outlet, great sleep is a big deal. Save 40 to 60% every day on every Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. Queens as low as $249. Customer exchanges, closeouts, and floor samples. Inventory changes daily, so come in for your dream deal today. With no credit needed financing, expert advice, and up to 60% off retail, it's never been easier to get the sleep and savings you deserve. Go to sleepoutfittersoutlet.com for financing details and to find a store near you.
Hello and welcome back to the Potted Together podcast. My name is Adam, and as always, I'm joined with my co-hosts Becca and Nicole. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, friends.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Howdy do.
Everyone's good. We got headphones in. We got mics plugged in. We're situated.
We're situated.
We sincerely hope.
Sincerely.
We're doing our darndest here. We're doing our best.
Today is going to be a fun topic. We're going to talk about pricks, more specifically, Nicole's favorite plant to cuddle with, a cactus.
Oh, yes. Snuggle. Snuggle with me, you prickly pear.
A cactus. And finally, Nicole touched a cactus when we were in San Diego together. Honestly, I'm really glad that we were all together for that, because I don't know if I would have believed it otherwise.
No, because to be honest, like, I think it was all in the video.
Yes.
But it was a process. Like, it was like, all right, Nicole, just effing touch it already.
Okay, roll your eyes a little harder. Why don't you? It was traumatizing. And I recently got another cactus, and I'm blanking on the name, but I bought it, and it's the one that has it has a ton of spines, but they're like curled in, so you can actually touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I filmed my cactus tour not that long ago. I don't know if it'll be out by the time this comes out, but I touched it in the video, and I'm like, see, you can actually touch these. And then as I was thinking that, I'm like, unless there's like a rogue spine somewhere, and then it tricks you, and then I couldn't touch it anymore. So it's a whole thing, you know?
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, it is probably better to err on the side of caution, because there have been times where I've been accidentally poked by a cactus, and it hurt for like a week because it injected something into my finger. So,
God.
Just be careful about how you're touching it. They're a little sensitive.
Just don't touch it.
They have their way to be touched.
Put on gloves.
They have a special way they like to be touched. This conversation just reminded me. I had a flash memory of when I was in Miami, and we went to this place where they had like donuts shaped like genitals.
Oh.
And the guy who was running it, it was just like a funny thing to do. It was like, seemed like a bachelorette destination, you know? They had penises and vulvas, like you just got to like choose which one you wanted. Mm-hmm. And of course I got a penis, and
yeah, you did. You got a prick.
I got a prick. I was noticing that like the people in front of us in line, like as he was putting like the chocolate on it, he's like, oh, you like white chocolate or dark chocolate? And like it was like all very sexual, very sexually charged. And I was like, oh God, like no chocolate, no.
Plain.
Like just don't put anything on it. Nothing.
I'll
leave, actually.
Was it cream filled?
Actually, just keep the money. I'm going to go.
No, yeah, I consider it a donation to your cause. I'm done. No, but like he would be splashing this chocolate on it and like slapping it with the little spatula. And he was like, yeah, do you like it dirty? Or like he would like say stuff like, yeah, do you like it rough? Like, oh, say you like that. And I was like, I like it.
This episode needs a disclaimer. I can imagine there's children in the car.
I know.
And Adam left.
It was. Oh, he's back. He laughed so hard that we laughed him out of the room.
You did. Oh man.
Yeah. Okay. Also, I might have been like literally screaming in that section because my sound waves are like maxed out. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, anyway.
It reminds me of when that kid just like walked up to us in San Diego and was like, "Can I slap your cart?"
Yes.
And Nicole, she's like, "Have a good night."
Have a good night. Just had no idea what was going on. Coopy, what do you think?
Oh, Cooper.
My dog is in the microphone. I don't know if you'll hear his mouth sounds. All right, Adam, what are we talking about? Oh, wait, you already said. And then
Yeah, we're going to catch up though, because one of us looks a little more tan. Oh my God. Cooper we got to take a screenshot. This is so funny. If it's not Daniel, you know what? You need to get your boys under control.
I know.
This little girl better come out and start bossing everyone around.
Look at those human
If
teeth.
she's a child of mine, she will. She will definitely. Well, she is a child of mine. But yeah, I just got back from Jamaica.
Yes.
Last
Look at that
night,
little
late.
tan.
See, here's the thing. I got extremely sunburned, although I have reached a point in my life where like getting a sunburn is not cool anymore. It's painful, and I'm thinking long term, how is this going to affect my skin?
Yeah.
Okay, I've reached that point in my life. So all of my friends, and all of my friends have collectively reached that point. We're in our mid to late 20s, okay? We don't have time for this. So we all are like neurotically putting on sunscreen the whole time. And we're all like, reapply. Like we just had like little timers. Like we were being so good about it. And then we went on like a little excursion to Negril, which is just like another part of Jamaica. We stayed in Montego Bay, which I didn't like. I'm going to be honest. It felt kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like tourist scary. Like it was definitely like, you know, tourist jam vibes, but like, I don't know.
Well, you said you stayed in an Airbnb and not a hotel. So like, was it in like a town somewhere? Like maybe it was like a secluded neighborhood?
There's like one strip in Montego Bay that's like really popular. It's called the Hip Strip. And I heard this and I thought to myself, oh, there's probably a bunch of like fun restaurants and bars and like shops. I don't know. I just had this expectation. And it was just like a lot of, well, obviously people are going to be like trying to sell you stuff, which is normal, like tourist in touristy areas. But it was just like kind of dirty and scary. I don't know. Maybe I would have felt differently if I was traveling with Daniel. But for women, like, you know, we got catcalled like the whole time. Anytime we'd go anywhere, it was like constant catcalling. But it wasn't like I necessarily felt scared like I felt in other places. Like it wasn't like I felt like I was going to be in danger, but I just like don't like that like that type of attention from strangers.
Right.
But anyway, so we did a day trip to Negril, which was so fun and beautiful. We went to the 7 Mile Beach and like snorkeled over there. And it was perfect. And our tour guide was the most beautiful man. He was so sweet. And some of my friends were single. And I was like, you guys, let's go. Like, we have his phone number. Like, he's really nice and respectful and sweet. Anyway. But yeah, so if I was to go again, I'd probably stay there at like one of the resorts or even just in a Airbnb over there because I would actually just like to go back and rent a car and like see it that way, like just like stay in a bunch of different places.
Yeah.
Go back with Dan and do that because it was so beautiful. I mean, it's the Caribbean, so it was so beautiful and like tropical and lush.
This was your first time in the Caribbean, right?
Yes, it was.
Did you wasn't the water beautiful? Oh my God.
It was like nothing I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
And like the sand was like so white and beautiful and pure. And it was just amazing. And it was so close to Cuba. And like, if you guys didn't know, like my grandma is Cuban and like came to the United States when she was young. And like I've heard like stories about it. And it just felt like really similar to her stories. I mean, it's only like 90 miles away. So I imagine it's really similar. But anyway, it was just really interesting. And our tour guide was like telling us so much about like Jamaican culture and Jamaican history. And we had, you know, I had a million questions because I love stuff like that. Like it was just really interesting. But anyway, so it'd be really cool to go back and like rent a car and see more of like the uncharted areas because he kept saying like what you're seeing is not the real Jamaica. Like this is obviously like a tourist area. My other dog is now coming into the frame.
They really missed you. I'm a little worried
It's
about
the
editing this
opposite side.
episode because the licks that are
Opposite side of where
happening.
Cooper was. So
I know they've been
Wait,
really
what?
funny.
Leo came in so slow. It was just like and it was just so, he was just like determined. Sorry.
Oh, Leo,
That cracked me up.
honey.
What a sweet boy.
They really
Aw.
do miss me every time I leave. So anyway, there was so many things that like we obviously didn't get to see because we were in that area, and it's hard to know. Like I didn't know many people who had been to Jamaica, so I couldn't have like asked someone like, "Oh, is."
He's so cute. He's like,
So I
Mom,
couldn't-
don't ever go on vacation again.
I know. Can you take me with you, please? So anyway, you know, had I known, I would have maybe stayed somewhere else. But it was fine. Like the beaches were beautiful no matter where we went.
Yeah.
And it was great. We had a lot of fun. And the Jamaican culture is very beautiful. And the people were very, very nice. Like it was a hard adjustment realizing that like, I mean, there definitely were people who were like trying to scam us. But like as a whole, and when we were discussing with our tour guide, he's like, people here, they just... they're judging you by your character. It's not like, I don't know, if someone comes up to you and starts talking to you, don't assume ill will. You know what I mean? And like especially with the men, like you just have to be careful. Well, that's how I travel.
I always
I'm-
assume ill will.
I know. So it was hard
Default.
because like we were all like really like on guard. But like when
Yeah.
we would just like chat with someone, they literally just wanted to talk. It wasn't like they were trying to be sketchy.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
just
sweet.
wanted to talk. Most of it, sometimes no, but like most of the time they're just like, and a lot of people noticed I was pregnant and were really kind about that. Like our tour guide and the guy who took us out snorkeling on a boat, like when he passed us off to somebody else, he's like, hey, like take extra special care of her. Like she's pregnant. And the guy was like, of course. Like, I don't know.
Aw.
There's just like a reverence for mothers in Jamaica is what our tour guide was telling us. And like, they're just like the most important person. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's sweet.
But yeah, and I went
But
with
also, that's how the handmaids are viewed. I just saying. Just saying.
Were you wearing red? I mean, just gonna put it out there.
Her skin was
No.
red.
no, my skin was red. Oh, that's where I needed to go back to. So I think, well, see, I looked it up and like, I guess when you're pregnant, you're more prone, like your skin is just more sensitive. So even though I was applying sunscreen, like it was my part-time job, the sun still got me and I was in the shade. Like it just, so anyway, my stomach is like super sunburned, which sucks because it sticks out and my clothes rub against it. It's like,
Yeah. Is it itchy?
Oh.
Have you gotten to
it's
that
not
stage
itchy.
yet?
No. I had a lot of like loose skin on my stomach. So I feel like I'm still using what I had like at the stores. And I just had stretchy stomach skin. But I think we're nearing the end of those stores. And now it'll get to the point where it's like, all right, we're really stretching here.
Yeah.
Externally. Internally, I have felt the stretching and it's very painful. But externally, not yet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so weird to me that like all your organs are just shifting, you know? That grosses me out to think about. I can't think about it too long. I got to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That I can't think about it that much either. But also, here's something weird. When I get a stomach ache, it's not in the same place anymore, which is really weird.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Because your stomach moved.
I got a stomach ache when I was there, just like randomly. Ate something weird. The food, I wasn't too impressed with the food either. There was some like local dishes we had that were really good, but there wasn't a lot of like fruit. Like we were expecting
Really?
like fresh fruit, like
Yeah.
fruit stands and stuff. But there was none on like the hip strip where we were staying, and like we didn't have a car, and we're not going to walk 2 miles like to go to the like outskirts. But like on the outskirts of town, like when we were driving with our tour guide, we could see like all these fruit stands, and it just was like, dang it, we can't get to these. So
Oh.
future reference for anybody. But wait, why did that get brought up? Oh yeah, so my stomach ache was like just up higher than usual.
Yeah.
It was just weird.
Strange.
Weird.
Yeah, but
So did you have the issues with like sensitivity to smells there as bad, or are you like kind of really kind of over all of that?
I think I'm pretty much over all of that. There are still some things that bother me. Like I smelled a lot of urine, which definitely bothered me, and trash. Like urine, like trash is a big stink for me. That's a big smell trigger, even still.
I mean, I gag when I smell trash.
Yeah.
You know, like I can imagine.
Yeah. So, but yeah. And then also with it being like a touristy area, like just everywhere I've ever traveled, it smells like piss on the streets, like literally everywhere. So I did experience that, and I just held my breath and it was fine. Now I can hold my breath. It's not like debilitating like it was in the beginning. I can like work my way around it. But I mean, it was just so cool to see water that clear. Like I've never seen that. I was like, this is a pool. It looks like a pool. It was insane. And so all in all, it was a great trip. I loved it. And I will be going back with Daniel, and we probably will go to more of the like unvisited places, like less traveled places. Off the beaten path, if you will. And that's how we travel anyway. But like we're just keeping it simple on this trip because, you know, it was only like 4 days. So we figured city center.
Do you feel like it was long enough, or would you wanted to stay out there longer?
No, I think it was the perfect amount of time. It was a Thursday to a Monday. Yeah. And it felt like the perfect amount of time, honestly. And that made it easy for my friends. Like everybody could get off work really easily.
Yeah. That's kind of how I felt with our trip too. I'm like, this was like the perfect amount of time to be away, you know? Like I would have loved to hang with you guys more, but like to actually be out of state and like traveling and all that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was a perfect amount of time. And I don't get to see those friends very often at all since I moved. So it was just really, and we just end up talking most of the time. Like we were all like, we are each other's entertainment. Like we have fun, just us. So like, we spent some time in the Airbnb. There was like a sunroom. And so we'd hang out in there a lot and talk and like just hang out. It was super fun and like
super chill.
Yeah, I feel like that was exactly what I needed.
And you sound like you're doing better because you were getting a cold when you were leaving.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. So like the 3 days leading up to it, I was kind of feeling like I was getting a cold, and I went to bed the night before I left and I was like, well, I hope I'm not sick, because it was just progressively getting worse. And then I woke up the next day and I felt fine. Like I didn't have no sniffly issues. Like my congestion was immediately resolved. So honestly, I think it was just a pregnancy moment.
For sure.
It had to have been. I don't know. But yeah, thankfully that was not an issue.
Yeah.
I was going to say about the Caribbean. I remember, you know, I've always said like I'm terrified of the ocean, and I always say I don't go in the ocean past like my like upper thigh, like hips, maybe the furthest, the deepest I would go.
Yeah.
But when Steve and I went to the Virgin Islands, so the cruise ships always stop in St. Martin, or St. Thomas, which is like the biggest island, very touristy.
Yeah.
But we immediately got in on a ferry and went over to St. John, which is not very touristy. And now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, it'd be cool to spend a week on St. John, just like laying on the beach. It was beautiful. But when I got to that beach, the water was so breathtaking, and I was like out there swimming in deep water where I couldn't even touch the bottom because it was crystal clear.
You can like see. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was beautiful coral reefs and like tropical fish. It was the coolest thing.
Yeah. Same experience. It was so beautiful. Just off the random beach, we went to Doctor's Cave. If anyone has been, we went to Doctor's Cave twice because it was so beautiful and perfect, and we could rent like umbrellas and chairs, and it was just great. So, and we had coconuts.
I'm gonna Google Doctor's Cave.
Yeah, or maybe it's Doctor's Cove, but it's Doctor's something. But yeah, so that was my trip in essence. It was just it was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Here's a funny fact that I'll leave us with. There is a hotel there. We boated past it, and that's how we found out. There's a hotel there called Hedonism, which is exactly what you think it is. It is a experimental and swingers resort.
Oh,
And you can stay. Have you heard of this, Adam?
No, but I feel like there's more of these even in the United States. I think there's something in Florida because on the Virgin cruise, which is known for being more open-minded, there was a chat. I was in a Facebook group, and apparently when you're in a group, you can create like subgroup chats, and there was a Pineapple Friends chat. And of course I joined it because I'm like, I got to see everybody.
What are these people up to?
And then there was a bunch of people talking about this certain resort in Florida, and they're like, do you guys still go here? Is it even open? Like, yada, yada, yada.
Oh my gosh.
but like the fact that the
Anyway.
name of the hotel was hedonism,
I know.
like just
Hedonistic.
It's
Oh, yeah. Well,
crazy. So yeah, we were boating past, and the person who took us out on the boat, he goes, and then now we're passing hedonism, which is a nude resort, and there's like a bunch of naked people. We were far enough you couldn't see details, but you could definitely see that people were naked. There's like a nude side and like a clothed side or something, like, and you have to be clothed in like common areas. Like, because I did do significant research because I'm like, what is this? I'm like so curious. They have like a playroom. Like, it's just like this whole swingers
equipment?
thing.
wow.
What?
is there equipment?
Is it like the red
It
room?
looked like it had like an X at the very least, and like a
Okay.
bunch of beds. I was like, this is wild.
Do I look scary right now? I'll turn a light on.
No, it's okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll leave us with
That's
that.
fun. Wait, have we had this discussion? Have we all talked about, would you go to a nude resort? Because I 100% would.
I would too. Nicole?
Probably not.
I'm guessing would
That's
not.
probably not surprising.
I wouldn't, truth be told, no offense, but I wouldn't go with you two. Like, I wouldn't go with a group of friends.
Please. I would not go with you either. That's not even
Okay, good.
offensive. I wouldn't go with my
Offensive?
friends
Is that
even.
offensive? That's offensive. No, but
That's
yes,
offensive.
I wouldn't go with any. Well, I wouldn't even go with my friends. Whoa. What am I?
I would. My girlfriends, or the only person I would go to something like that is Daniel, and we'd have to pray that we don't know anybody there. Like, I would never
my
do
gosh,
that with
yeah.
other people. Let's say
No.
outsiders.
Yeah.
I get it. 100%. So you would, I would, Nicole, definitely a no.
I mean, I wouldn't partake. I wouldn't mind being there and seeing the
Gotcha.
things, but I wouldn't partake. So like, is it, would it
When you say things, can you tell me exactly what you're talking about?
all
just kidding.
of the things?
All of the
Yeah.
all the parts.
Yeah, all the parts. So it probably wouldn't be worth it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand that. It's definitely for
There's a sense
certain,
There's a sense of freedom in it though that's intriguing,
yeah. Yeah. When I went to Europe, I did go topless at some of the beaches, and it was really freeing because no one cares. It was like, and I was young, so I still am young, but you know what I mean? Like, I was like, this is fun and interesting. I got a really bad sunburn there too, and that was bad because I got sunburned everywhere.
sunburn on the nips. I can't even imagine.
They got pretty dark.
Lipstick, you needed to get a new color.
Ooh, yep. But yeah, so something to look
Just wait
into
till
if
this baby's
anybody
born.
is. Gotta look at that target. Yeah, so something to look into if anyone out there is like intrigued. There you go.
Hedonist. Wow.
Hedonism, the resort. It was great.
Hedonism.
They have an airport shuffle, so a shuttle, not shuffle.
Interesting. They're shuffling.
Hold on, my food got delivered. I'm gonna go get it real quick.
Ooh, Chipotle.
Yes, my Chipotle.
Oh, wow.
Look at that little belly.
I know.
She had to pull herself up. So I'm going out of town on Saturday. Well, like, I feel like this is just back to back to back trips. Like, ever since San Diego, we've just been nonstop, like all of us, you
Yeah.
know? That's what it feels like.
Yes.
That's why we're playing a little bit of catch up this week. But I'm heading out of town on Saturday with Mia, and she wakes up this morning, and as we're recording this, it's Tuesday. And she's like, I can't go to school. And I was like, what is wrong? She's like, I have the worst headache. I was up all night. It's like, I can't even like open my eyes. Like her head hurts so bad. So right away, like, COVID, is it COVID? Who knows? I'm like, go take a test. Because if she tests positive, we still have like enough quarantine time to be able to go. But then like, who knows what her symptoms will be. But it was negative, thankfully. But she's been kind of feeling poopy today, so I've been kind of staying away from her. But I'm like, I really hope you feel better by the weekend. But I did get the insurance, thank goodness, just in case, because I was like reading through I feel like anytime you book a trip these days, you have to get insurance because like who knows,
100%.
I remember booking trips like back in the day and being like, why would I need insurance? Like nothing's going to stop me from going on this trip, Ride or die, bitches.
I still think that because when we were going to San Diego, you were like, we should get the insurance, right? And I was like, why? But
no,
then
Nicole wanted to get the intense insurance, not just the basic. She didn't. I'm fine with basic. Adam's fine with basic. Nicole was like, oh, well, there's this insurance policy, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, what are you doing? Like,
it was like covering bag loss and like a natural disaster. What? And I'm like, okay.
But who would you be thanking if a tsunami came in and all of our bags were lost? Who would you thank then?
True.
Yeah. No, yeah, just the basic insurance is usually fine. It like covers illnesses and stuff,
Nicole just being like, this trip is too expensive, but let's tack on $500 worth of insurance just so we're all covered. Oh, no.
Just in case a tsunami hits.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
So hopefully we can still go to that because I really, really want to go.
Mm-hmm. That is... Where's that trip to?
Galena.
We're going to go to Galena.
That's right. Sorry.
Yeah. We're going to go to Galena and stay in a hotel that's hopefully lives up to its reviews. If not, we'll talk in a couple weeks. We could read the reviews again together for old time's sake. But I'm really hoping we can go on this because last week we decided to cancel our trip to Tulum. Well, we didn't cancel it. We just didn't go through with it because we never booked it. Like we were like on the cusp of booking it. Mm-hmm. And I'm still kind of bummed about it, but there's like some things that happened afterwards that I'm just like, okay, maybe it's a good thing we didn't go. Like literally domino effects happened. And I'm just like, okay, well, maybe it's a good thing we didn't book this trip because some other things came up and I'm like, great. But it is what it is. We're going to still do something. We just don't know what yet, but it's not going to be Tulum. And then like I'm watching the news and supposedly the sargassum is supposed to be like the worst it's ever been in Mexico this year. Like they're predicting like a 10.
What a stupid name. I'm so sorry, but I can't get over it.
Seaweed.
It's like sarcastic orgasm. Like sargasm.
It's seaweed, by the way, for everybody out there who has not like planned to travel to Mexico this summer.
It's seaweed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She was, so we use the same travel agent now, which is kind of fun. And Michaela was saying it and I was like, what are you talking about? Like, cause I didn't know what it was. Like I had no idea what she was talking about. And I was like, can you tell me what that is? And she's like, oh, seaweed. It's seaweed. I was like, oh, okay. Becca warned me about this, but like, we're not very big beach people. So like, that's not why we didn't go. But it's funny because like a couple days after, there's like this huge thing on CNN. My mom's watching it and she's like, oh, it's hitting Florida. And they're like going to Florida in a couple of weeks. And it's supposed to be really bad.
It's hitting Florida.
Yeah, the red tide. Yeah, it's like a huge, they were showing like a map and it was like this giant floating blob, what seemed like the size of Antarctica.
Yeah.
Like headed towards Florida.
Yes. Which sucks for beachgoers because allegedly like, well, you can't swim at the shore then because it's covering the shore and it smells really bad. Yeah, it's supposed to smell really bad when it heats up, but it's actually good for our oceans because like a lot of fish hide in the seaweed. So like it makes it so that people can't go out and fish. Like, because their rods will just, their stuff will just get stuck in the seaweed. So people just don't go out and fish during this time in those areas. And I'm like, interesting. The fish are up to something. Like they're doing this shit. They're pushing it.
It's like it gives them time to rebuild their populations.
Yeah.
You know what everyone's doing underneath that seaweed? Screwing.
Screwing.
Oh, man. Did you say the F word? Becca, did you say the F word?
She did. I have to beat that out.
That'll be a funny beep, though.
Yeah. I tried to keep it PG.
Do you? I think we're past PG. It's like PG-13. We'll go PG-13, you know?
Yeah.
We'll keep the R and X rated for Patreon.
Yeah.
They've
That's
earned
right.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you still get to go on your trip, too.
Yeah.
You need a W.
We're thinking about Canada now, which is a very big switch up from Tulum.
That is the opposite.
Yeah. We're thinking
What part of Canada?
Like
I don't
Banff?
know. Oh my God. That would be beautiful. But no, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like we're considering a road trip. So maybe on, Ontario, like somewhere along the border. But I haven't looked into it yet, really. Like I haven't done a deep dive.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the thought process to get to Canada?
Well, okay.
Just
so
a dream bucket list?
not really. I just renewed my passport. He just got his passport. We're like, we want to use our fucking passports. And I was like, well,
yes.
like, he doesn't care where we go. But my biggest thing is like, I want to go somewhere where neither one of us have been. Like, I think I talked about this before. Like, I just want to go somewhere where I've never been. He's never been, to like experience a new place together. So I've already been to Niagara Falls, the Canada side, and he doesn't really care to go there. So I was thinking of just like heading straight up. And then I was thinking, well, Michigan's a beautiful state too. Like maybe we should check out some places in Michigan, like upstate, you know?
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're just wanting a chill, no frills spot, Mackinac Island.
Yes.
There's no cars there. It's just like literally horses
I
and
know.
bicycles. And
I've been there.
beautiful.
I've already been there though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's such a cool place. Such a cool island. But, yeah, so we'll see. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Okay. We will stay tuned.
Nice.
What about you, Adam?
I might catch up. Not up to much. I did start watching a terrible TV show on Netflix, and I'm not mad about it, but I am a little embarrassed.
Okay.
What is it?
Perfect Match. Have either of you watched it?
I watched the first episode. It's just kind of slow.
Becca, you couldn't get into
Yeah.
it, right?
That's my issue. Is it's slow. They're really drawing out the episodes to get that 50 minutes or however long they are. It's like this definitely could have been condensed, but
Oh, that's right. We talked about this.
yeah. But now you're watching it because I was the only one that had seen it at that point. So I would love to know your thoughts.
Well, it's interesting. I powered through the slowness because you're right. It is quite slow. Like the pace is a little different. I don't know. I don't understand it that much because can I say spoilers or are you guys going to be upset by that?
Oh, I'm not going to watch it.
I don't care. Well, I
Okay.
don't know what the audience thinks. Yeah, skip ahead if you don't want spoilers.
Skip ahead.
It's been out for like a month or two. Like it's fair
Yeah,
game.
I'm a little late. I'm late to the party. So
Yeah.
there's this couple that first matched up, Francesca, and all these people were from different Netflix shows. I don't know. Francesca was from like Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah.
Never seen it. And then there was this guy named Dom who was from The Mole, which again, never seen it. But they matched up pretty early on and they were like pretty solid until this guy named Damien gets brought in by somebody else and Francesca goes on a date with him and you find out they had history. And then
Yeah.
she ditches Dom for this guy. But that evening, Dom had told Francesca that he loved her, which by the way was weird. I was like, it gave me the ick. You've literally known her for 3 days and you say, I love you. Like,
Ew.
no. Yeah. But
Red flag.
I have respect for Dom. Like I do like Dom. But and then so he didn't match with her that night. So basically if you don't match with someone, you're kicked off the island.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like musical spouses, musical partners. So he didn't match with Francesca that night because she matched with this Damien guy. And then Dom matches with another girl. And then they all just live in the house continuing like nothing's wrong. And that's weird to me because he liked her enough to say, I love you.
And then he's just gonna.
And then she like cuts it off after he thought that they were on the same page. And then they have to exist in the same house like for the next 2 weeks. I don't get that.
Yeah, weird.
Okay, this sounds I didn't get that far into the show, honestly. Like I have one episode. This is exactly the format of Love Island, basically. Like that's Love Island.
So then the couple takes a compatibility test or whatever. What's
going on there?
I deeply apologize for the sound quality of whatever the fuck is happening.
So they do compatibility challenges, but basically just like a challenge. It doesn't really have to do that much with compatibility, kind of. And then whoever wins that gets to choose like 2 people to go on a date with a new couple new person that they're bringing in.
Okay.
Is that how Love Island is?
They're not choosing new people to bring in, but new people to come in. Like the show chooses,
Okay.
like, you know.
Okay.
So super, like, you know, they probably changed it enough so that it wouldn't be like a copyright or something.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you're right. It's probably the same thing. So I think I would like Love Island because I'm kind of into Perfect Match.
Yeah, I think you would like Love Island then.
I need to watch it.
Love Island is definitely way better than Perfect Match. I will tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not my jam. Not my
Adding
jam.
it to my list.
It's not Nicole's vibe.
Mm-mm.
No. But
Nope.
okay.
But that's it. That's it for the catch up. So should we start getting down on the pricks?
Yeah.
No. Talking about cactuses?
I mean, that boy is gay, and I really do believe that. I finally got the chance to say it. Yay!
Adam, the way that you immediately censored, you're like, no. I can't say that. That's too
As soon
far.
as I heard it. You want to go down on a prick? What? No.
What?
That was a joke.
Okay. I wrote mine down. I came prepared.
Ooh, I don't know why this like episode popped into our heads, but I'm not mad about it because to be honest, I was like, why the hell haven't we done a cactus episode yet? With Nicole being like the Midwest cactus queen.
And you living in the desert and Becca being from the desert.
So true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So I thought we would talk about some of our favorite cactus, maybe even from our collection. Again, this isn't going to be, we're not botanists, so we're not going to talk about plant science here, but we're going to talk about our experiences. So our plants, cactus in our collection that we love, and even some that aren't in our collection, because I have a few that aren't in my collection that I want to talk about.
Yeah, and another disclaimer, we're not botanists, but we also probably won't be reading off the scientific name of these plants, and that's just what it's going to be. Okay, because I can't pronounce them. Okay.
Me either.
Perfect.
Okay, who wants to talk about their favorite cactus?
Well, I have one that I got recently. It's the sand dollar cactus. It's like
okay, I'm looking these up as you guys are gonna name things because I don't know the names of a lot.
Okay, I'll do that too. Yeah. So the sand dollar cactus is just like, well, I don't know. They could have different shades of green, but the one I have is like this deep green, and it's just so cute because it has like the spine area, but it has the little fuzzy stuff around the spine, and it's just so cute. It's like so cute. It's tiny. It's an astrophytum.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
an astrophytum.
So it like looks like an obesa, kind of like it's like a ball.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cute.
And mine's adorable. And I want it to flower. So that girl, she gonna go outside.
The flowers are very cute. They look like little, like those daisies with the skinny little petals. Yeah.
Very cute.
I'm
Where
trying
did
to
you
look
get
up
it?
the anatomy of a cactus, which is probably something we probably should have done before this episode to find out what that little fuzzy stuff's called.
Oh yeah, the fuzzy stuff. I don't know either. I got it at a plant shop that I went to with my friend Candace, and I'm blanking on the name. They were doing some type of like plant show one day, and she was like, tell me you don't have a wedding. And I was like, ooh, I don't have a wedding. Let's go. And they had a cute little cactus section, and I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I haven't had it for longer than like 2 months ish.
Now, Nicole, you have had cactus flower in your care, right? Mm-hmm. Inside. The ones that stayed inside the whole time, or did they mostly flower when they got outside?
Mostly outside. So I recently had one of mine flower inside, like under my grow lights. But that was the first time that's happened. Like usually they're flowering outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because like when I bring them in for the winter, to be honest, I'm not really watering them very much. Like maybe once every 5 or 6 weeks, I'll give them water, if that. But when they're outside, like they're in constant sun, like they're in bright, direct sun. And I'm watering them like sometimes every day. Like unless it rains, they're getting water. And people think that's crazy. I'm like, no, they dry out. They're in terracotta. They're potted in individual pots. Like they're not in the ground. It's different, you know?
Yep. And that soil, if you're using the right soil, is very chunky. Well, Nicole, you've used, we can have like a little soil section, because I feel like soil is like the make or break for cactus. Not that this is a cactus care episode, but like, I feel like we have some advice we could give on that front. Because when I started using the Tank's Green Stuff Cactus Mix, I was so shocked by how chunky it is. I was like, this can't be right, because I've never seen anything like it. And even the De La Tanks is chunkier than commercial cactus mixes. So it's I
use De La Tanks. I have not used Tank's Green Stuff Cactus Mix yet. Mm-hmm. But when I saw the De La Tanks mix compared to what I was using, I was pretty much just using, what's the name of the brand? Oh, shoot. Fox Farm?
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound familiar?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a brand.
Ocean Forest or Happy Frog. Do you know which one?
Oh, Happy Frog. Happy Frog.
Okay.
A very colorful bag. I was using that before I used De La Tanks. And even their cactus mix wasn't as chunky as your regular mix. So I was like, I'm just going to switch them.
What were you amending it with?
Lava Stone.
Okay.
So that's what I would put. I would put like a scoop of Lava Stone in there. And then I would also top it with Lava Stone. So like just enough soil to cover the roots. Yeah. And then like a little bit up the base of the cactus, I'd use Lava Stone. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you can amend it with Lava Stone. You can amend it with pumice. I've used pumice before. Yeah. But yeah.
Those I love De La Tanks. I think I would recommend over perlite.
Yeah, don't use perlite in a cactus.
No, it just
God.
No,
it's not enough.
It just floats too after a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say big pumice pieces is the goat for cacti, and cocoa chips. Yeah, I love a cocoa chip. My cactus love that mix. But yeah, the Tank's Green Stuff Cactus Mix is super similar to De La Tanks. Like super similar. So, but when I saw it, I was like, there's no way. But ever since I put plants in it, they have been so like happier than any cacti I've ever had before. Yeah. So
that's so good.
Yeah. But they just don't need a lot of organic matter. Like the mix just barely has any compost in it, and they're not heavy feeders, so they don't need it.
No, they're not.
No. Literally, it was so hard for me to understand that. And then I moved out here and I would go hiking and there's like a barrel cactus growing on a rock. And I was like, I can't even keep one alive. in
like
a house.
Literally.
And this one is literally just like growing out of the side of a rock and it's happy as can be.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you could, because I've done it in a pinch. You could grow cactus in straight lava stone. Like for a time. You totally can. I mean, they're in desertscapes that are made up of rock, you know, and just like but I like to fertilize my cactus too. So like, I don't know. I feel like having a mixture of the cactus mix kind of holds on to that fertilizer a little bit better than just like lava stone, you know?
One thing I was going to add that I was just thinking of that made me think of that is like, folks, don't put cactus in a terrarium. I know it looks cute. I know you see that on the marketing materials, but
And they are cute.
just
Like
don't
I've
do
tried
that.
I've tried that before. Big mistake. And I did it it was a terrarium, but it was like an open terrarium, so like no humidity. But still humidity, because like it's in an environment. And I lost one of the cactus that I got from Tucson. Like, why did I do it with my Tucson cactus? You know, I was so mad.
No.
Yeah, I was so mad. I don't know why I did it, but I was just like, oh, this is such a cute little terrarium. It's just not a good idea.
Not great. I really like, as far as planting them, I really like planting them together into little displays. And they grow for a while together, and then you can break them up and move them around. But, you know, I think it's cute. It's pretty. And you can have a little cactus garden. It's nice.
Yeah, and you can have some dimension, some tall ones, and then some of the, you know, the short barrel ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Adam, okay, hold on. Since moving there, like, what cactus has, like, stuck out to you?
Oh, I love Mexican fence post cactus.
Yes.
It's one of my favorites.
That's a beautiful
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I still have the one that you gave me. You remember you gifted me one?
Yeah.
It has scale all over it.
Oh,
Oh.
dear.
that came from the Desert Botanical Garden, not me.
No, I
Just
wasn't.
kidding.
I wasn't meaning you gave me scale. I definitely think that it got it afterwards, because that cactus was perfect when you gave it to me. But I actually at first I thought it was sun damage, which this is another great topic I would love to talk about, because I do keep my cactus, most of them in full sun. Some of them I move to like a more shaded area, like some of my euphorbia. But most of my cactus I keep in full sun in the summer. And I have gotten sun damage on some of them. That's clearly like, I know a sun damage because it was a bright sunny day and like it got it and I noticed it right away. But like scale looks so similar to sun damage sometimes.
Yes,
does.
And
it
it's
does.
so hard to tell it apart. So for a really long time, I thought it was sun damage. And I went to go like scrape at it a little bit and it was coming off like in chunks. And I was like, this is probably scale. I think I'm going to try a sulfur treatment on it, actually. And see what
Okay.
that does.
Do you think that'll do it?
I don't know.
I mean, armored scale won't come off with topical sprays. You have to scrape it off.
Well, I think I'm going to scrape off like because it is like a thick layer. But like when I peel it back,
Yeah.
like it's kind of like nasty under there. So I'm thinking like I'm peeling back the armored piece.
Oh, got it.
And maybe just killing it off. You know I do have to peel it off because those bad boys are just what they are, armored.
So you'll do both then. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do both.
Yeah. That's good.
But it sucks because like when you peel off scale, it essentially ruins it. Like it's going to have a scar, you know?
Yeah. It will. Scale is the worst. And Scale loves cactus. Loves.
I know.
It sucks. Honestly, anytime I've ever seen Scale on a cactus, I'm like, all right, we're done. And I just have tossed it.
Yeah.
It happened to my boob cactus. I was so sad. It kept coming back. And then eventually that plant died. And I don't remember why. But I was like,
Mine got
all right,
root rot.
done. Did
I was
it?
so sad.
That's one of
I
those.
had a. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I had like at the beginning of my plant journey, I had like a variegated prickly pear that I got at like a big box store when I was in Illinois, and I didn't know what scale was because I was a baby plant gay. I learned real quick. I'm trying to find the photo of it so I can show it to you guys. So I'll keep looking for that photo. But it went from being like my plant is normal to being like absolutely covered in scale, and I didn't know what scale was, and it grosses me out still to this day to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is nasty.
It's such
Nasty.
a weird bug, such a weird pest.
Yeah. Well,
I just found it. Nope, that's when I bought it. I'll show you the before and after later.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
We'll put it on Instagram so everyone can see it.
Okay.
One of my favorite cacti, and I actually don't own this, but I've seen it in a, like a collector's greenhouse type of thing. But it's the green brain cactus. Do you guys know that one?
Cool.
Oh no, I gotta look it up.
I feel like I've
give it a
heard
quick
of it.
goog. You guys have definitely seen it before because I feel like botanical gardens have them, or like there's a place called Box Cactus Nursery and they have a not for sale house.
Yes.
They have
Green bean
Okay.
cactus.
Brain.
Okay, that's what I wrote.
rain.
Oh.
That is definitely one that I want to add to my collection. I just think they're so cool.
Oh.
I had something similar. Like it's kind of like a crested vibe. I had something similar at one point, and I don't think it survived the move, I think. Or it got cold damage when I moved here or something like that. But I want like an official green brain. Like
These are cool. They had
Yeah.
these at the Garfield Park Conservatory that I took you to.
uh-huh.
They're so cool.
Man, honestly, the way that I felt walking through that place,
Yeah, very.
I was
there's
affected
a
for like
lot.
months afterwards.
But the green
cactus
brain
room.
cactus is cool because there's a lot of different varieties of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's
Yeah.
like some that look like white, and then there's some that are like less squiggly. These are so cool. Oh, I'm gonna have to add this
Yeah.
to my wish list.
It kind of looks like a snake bundle. And I don't want to freak you out, Adam, because you like it, but it does kind of look like a snake
It does
bundle.
look like when they all get together and have their little orgies, it totally looks like that.
Yeah. Also, I'm seeing a photo of one that has been grafted on top of another type of cactus. That's cool. Cactus
Okay, I'm looking-
grafting.
I'm
I
looking
just
at your
sent you two.
picture.
My pictures, okay? The
Okay.
clean one is when I got the plant in July of 2018. And then the other one was October of 2018. So what? A mere like 3 months later?
Why does this not look like scale to me though?
What is that?
It was when I posted it, because I'm pretty sure I posted it on my Plantstagram. It was like, is something wrong? And
This
someone's
isn't
like,
scale.
that-
I don't think
It
that this is
is.
scale.
It's a different kind of scale. You zoom in and they look like little like. Oh,
I can't zoom
it's
in.
Like a lot.
I can't zoom in.
No, I'm nauseated. I am nauseated.
This was in your
Anyway.
house.
Yeah. Ooh.
Holy
It went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Oh no.
Holy
The hopeful first
shit.
photo of it. You're like, look at my new cactus. Whoop. Bloop.
In 3 months, that's what it turned into.
I am terrified. This has to be posted in stories. Guys, go look at this if you, jump scare. Disclosure.
Huge trigger warning for disgusting. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so your cactus, Becca, the green brain cactus, I also really like. But there is another one that's just called, which, I mean, come on, botanist, the brain cactus.
Okay.
It gives me the vibe of like a radiator because it's got like, as soon as you see it, I know you're going to know. Or like a bunch of labia folds stacked together.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look like
It's
labia.
a Stenocactus multicostatus.
It has like,
Multicostatus.
it just has like a bunch of ribs on it.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I love that one too. I have a tiny
Mammillaria
one of that.
elongata.
Is this
What's that one?
considered rare?
That's a type of brain cactus. That's a
Oh,
Very interesting. Man, there's so
Yeah.
many different kinds. It's so cool.
oh gosh. Yeah.
those are really cool.
Wow.
What about you,
Well-
Adam? What's a favorite of yours?
Well, I have a couple favorites. I'm sure we'll go through some, but one of the ones that like I was a cactus that I actively sought out, which I think we all did at the time, was the booby cactus, the Myrtle cactus, Fukushima thingy,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes.
Looks like a pull of tits.
It does. And you know what? I recently within the last 2 weeks completely broke mine. It grew to be like, it was about 4 feet tall.
Whoa.
Maybe 3 feet tall. I was cleaning and one of the nips got stuck onto my shirt and I walked away and pulled it right off the shelf. So I'm about to have a lot of stack of tits.
You're going to have multiple stack of tits.
I chopped it up and I'm trying to prop it.
You did that before, didn't you? And it branched?
It did branch, yeah.
It branched?
Yeah, one time I cut it. Either I cut it or I broke it. I probably broke it because I'm Steve Urkel just walking around with my plants.
You're getting too close to your cactus, sir.
Where I cut the mom plant from the root ball, like I cut it like you would any cactus, and it healed the cut and then started a branch on the one side. So
oh my God.
Yeah.
Have either of you seen one of these cactus like in its natural habitat, like just growing outside?
It's not
because I feel like
naturally occurring.
It's I think it's like a Japanese hybrid, right?
Oh.
Yeah. It's definitely a hybrid. It would never like just exist out there unless someone like planted it. But yeah, it's a hybrid.
Experiment time. Take one of those cuttings, pop it in your landscape.
I should.
Yeah.
See, that's the fun thing about where you live, Adam. You can just do that. But
I could.
You could just
theoretically.
I had no idea. Like, okay, I've watched Nicole have cacti in the Midwest for years, obviously, but I really didn't think that mine would be that happy here. Like, I was kind of worried, but they grew more here than they ever did in Tucson. And I honestly attribute it to they got so much more water than I would have watered them in Tucson because it rains a lot here in the summer, so they're outside in the full sun and they're getting rained on every few days. Like, that's so much water. And that I would only water my cacti in Tucson, like, I don't know, once a month. So I just was not keeping up.
Yeah.
And now here with the rain just doing it for me, they grew like, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches, depending on the growth habit. But they grew so much over the summer. And it's just, it's incredible. But when I bring them in for the winter time, I don't water them the whole winter, besides maybe one time in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of mine are in
fine.
bigger pots. Yeah.
Yeah. I have some that are in like smaller 2 to 4 inch pots. So I just water them a little bit more frequently, but
I don't think
that's normal.
any in 4-inch pots. I got them all in like 6-inch pots, probably, or bigger. 6 inches or bigger. Nothing below average for me.
Oh man.
Another one.
But
Whoa. Sorry, Nicole. That's going to be not fun to hear on editing.
That's okay. What were you
you were
going
gonna
to say?
say another one.
Another one that's really cool is the monkey tail cactus. Have you guys ever seen like a full basket? I just think they're so cool, and they don't hurt to touch, Nicole. You can touch it. It's soft.
Well, okay.
I mean, you could hurt yourself with it, but generally,
If you're using it as a sex toy, yeah, but like otherwise you should be fine. Yeah. You're whipping people with
but we're not gonna yuck your yum, all right? Everybody has their king.
I'm not gonna
I wave my hair
shame.
back and forth. No, I'm not touching a monkey tail cactus. Thank you. But they are very cute.
This is making me
You
want
wanna
to
know
do
what's-
cactus shopping.
Yeah.
You know what's not cute is the mouse ear cactus,
The bunny ear one.
the bunny ear. But then doesn't they call like the tiny one that you can buy at like the big box stores? And they call that a mouse ear? Probably not, but regardless,
I think so. I
or
think
is
you're
it
right.
like a Mickey Mouse, like a mouse apuntia, Mickey Mouse apuntia or something?
Yeah, fuck those. Like, don't even bother.
Yeah.
They're so... Though that's probably where my cactus spine phobia originated, because my mom had a big planter in front of her house of bunny ear cactus, and they were quite fuzzy and they're very deceiving, and I had to repot it for her, and those things like get on everything. I think we talked about this somewhere, but didn't we post some moraine oaks little tour.
Yes.
Yes.
We were
we
in
did.
San Diego.
Yes.
Oof, not great.
That video, I just can't unsee it, you guys. I cannot unsee it. He's just grabbing it without any gloves on.
His hands have to be calloused all to hell. There's just no way.
There's no way because
I mean,
they get
raw
in,
dog a cactus like that, like 100%.
they get in your fingers and you can feel them under your skin for weeks. And you can't find them. It's like they're part of you at that point. Like you are one with the bunny ear.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Did you still... Okay, so there was a cactus that I got. One of my other favorites, sorry, random. One of my other favorites is one that we got together when we were at... What was that place in downtown, Becca, in Tucson? Green Things?
Plans for the Southwest?
Yeah.
No, it was the one that had like all the fish in it, the hydroponic stuff.
EcoGrow.
Yes.
EcoGrow. They had the rainbow cactus, the Arizona rainbow cactus,
Yeah.
and they had said it was pretty rare, and it was such a beautiful cactus. So I bought one there, but I did find them recently at another nursery, and they were not as expensive. But so I bought another one because I love it so much. They're so pretty.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's a really cool
Nicole,
one.
did you buy one of those?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I have to watch the video. If I did, it's no longer with us.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I bought one of those too, and it's not with me. I don't have it anymore.
You killed it.
I think so. I don't know. I would have to also look back at that video. Oh, that was a good shopping day. That was so fun.
It was. I had so much fun.
Yeah. I really want to go to Plants for the Southwest because I love their stuff though. That was a great spot.
Yes. I still have my obesas from them. The
So do
Euphorbia.
I.
Yeah.
Bad
You
news.
don't?
I'm a bad news bear today. I just found it. It was like rotted out. I'm so confused as to how it happened.
Nicole's grew like boobs.
Mine is weird.
Yours is really growing.
I have
hell?
2 of them. I got a male and a female.
Yeah.
I don't ask me which one's which anymore because I don't know. But like one is a perfectly round baseball obesa, like beautiful. And the other one has multiple boobs at this point. Like it's growing arms, legs, like there's like 8 babies coming off of it. And it's like elongated. And they're in the same pot. I'm like, bitch, you're getting the same light as your boy over here. Like, what's going on?
One of mine's turning into an udder too, and it looks pretty gross.
An udder, please.
Yeah,
my
that's what
God.
it looks like. It
She's
looks like a
got
cow
udders.
udder.
Mine was turning into an udder too. It was definitely elongating. It was not round anymore. So I'm like, I'm not that upset that it died, but like, not fun.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like I get like it's literally in the same pot. So what are you doing?
So that's called, isn't that called like etiolated?
Yeah.
Etoliated?
Oh, yes.
When it's not
long.
receiving. But yours is weird though, because you said it's right next to one that's growing normal.
It's not like right next to
If
it.
it
It's in the
doesn't-
same fucking pot.
Okay, yeah. So
Literally
if
the same
If
conditions.
your cactus doesn't get enough light, it'll start getting like long and
Right.
stretched out.
Skinny.
But so that's what's happening to my udder obesa, and so but that is weird that it's in the same pot.
I know. And the other one's perfection. I'll send a picture. I'll post a picture of it. It's so weird.
Yeah.
But I've had it in this same pot since pretty much I came back from Tucson. So what was that, like 3 years ago? So it needs a repot. So I'm curious to look at these roots to see what's going on with it. And like, I don't know.
Maybe the one that's like multiplying is taking over and that other one is getting choked out.
Maybe. I'm thinking of maybe snipping the babies off and propagating them because they're like perfect little balls on the prick.
Perfect balls on the prick. Yeah. That would be fun.
If I had to name that obesa of yours, I would call it Pamela
Why?
Anderson.
Because
Oh!
of the boobies.
They're like perfectly round.
Perfectly round.
Pammy.
No, at one point it was just the 2. and it literally looked like a set of knockers. But now, like, when you see it, you're gonna be like, "What's going on?" Because there's like 8 of them. It's so weird. It's kind of creepy.
Weird.
Another one of my favorites is the silver torch cactus.
Yes. I'm so glad you brought this up. That was on my list.
Okay. I like the white boys, like the fuzzy ones.
Yeah.
Like those are
Ooh, me
so, like the old
too.
man cactus is another one of mine. Like they're just so cool.
Yeah. Adam, you should grow some white torch in your landscape. I'm really shitting on you a lot, but it's so pretty. They get really tall and they have the coolest like
so
pink
big.
flowers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've seen the white torch.
I think it's a silver torch. Is it silver torch?
Silver. Yeah.
Yeah. They get huge. And the flowers look like...
You've definitely seen them before.
Oh, it looks like Bernie Sanders.
Little Bernie.
Oh, wait. So it gets the ring flowers. No, it doesn't. I thought I got the some of them have the mammillaria usually have the ring flowers.
Yeah, no. These like poke out.
They're like tubes, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh. I've been wanting to do a little cactus garden because we have cactus that we just have not planted in our landscape and that we need to. And our landscape just looks like garbage.
Please do that.
But
yeah,
I do need to.
These are cool.
Summer project.
They'll put up babies, just little clusters. They're so pretty. And they're phallic, so it could be like your house flag.
There you go.
That is a hate crime.
No, I didn't like that.
No,
I did
that's
not
great.
like that. But yeah, you just took the words out of my mouth, Nicole. That was the third one that I had, is a silver torch. But there's also like a golden torch. I have a golden torch as well, which is basically the same concept except it's yellow, which is really cool too. Those are just easy.
Yeah. They are.
And they're fun.
And that same trip though that we went to Tucson, Becca, you bought another cactus that is only found in the Sonoran Desert. Is that still with us, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right?
very much so, still with us.
Wait, what is that one?
Is it that ball?
No, it's the saguaro.
Oh, the saguaro.
The saguaro. Duh. Okay, excuse me.
Do you have the saguaro still?
I do have the saguaro.
I'm gonna
She
need
is
your Arizonan card.
Yeah, I know. I just lost it. Well, I thought you were talking about that like super rare like sphere one, not the Obesa, but the other one. I forgot. Bleh. I'm stuttering. I always forget the name of that one.
Okay.
I don't remember what
I was
it's
talking
called.
about the saguaro.
Okay, but yeah, the saguaro, and the saguaro is the one that pricked me, and then my thumb hurt for like a week. And
See?
I've never been okay, Nicole. No,
I'm sorry. This is why. This is why they're protected.
Okay, Nicole, no.
Like I can touch the spines of the saguaro, and that doesn't happen. But it's because I unexpectedly like jammed my finger into it. That's when I had the issue. But yeah, I bought that. I don't think it's really grown all that much, like at all, if anything. But I don't really care because it's a saguaro and it's very healthy. So whatever.
Yeah.
But I did, when I visited Tucson, I bought a pot for it, like a huge pot. And I need to repot it this season.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
So pretty. Oh, I want one.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. So that was leading me to like one of my favorite cactus that I don't own, but at the Desert Botanical Garden here in Phoenix is a crested saguaro. And
Yes.
I literally, anytime I go there, even if it's like for a luminary or something that's not in that area, I'm like, I have to go visit. I have to go visit that
Visit the
cactus. I
crested.
have to see it.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
They're so cool. Crested.
Oh, those are
crested
cool.
cactus are so cool. And the crested saguaros are so rare too. There's only like, well, I'm sure that there's a handful out there, but not that many.
Those are
The thing is
cool.
though, now that The Last of Us has been a thing, those creatures or people who are infected with that fungus and that look like a crested cactus.
They do.
Don't they?
They do.
And so now it's like it's kind of ruining it for me a little bit.
Crap, now I can't unsee it. They do look like that.
I'm looking this up because I'm never going to watch that show.
You're not. It's a good show. I don't think you like it though.
I don't do throw. Oh God! Exit! Oh no! You really could have told me not to look that up. You really could have said something. It's honestly the least you could have done. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for my reaction just now.
She's so pissed. She's so pissed. And she's telling me, she's like, I'll probably never watch that show. And I'm like, really? Oh yeah, you probably won't like it.
It's literally the least you could have done. You're right. I didn't really think about that.
I did it so fast. I'm sorry. I lashed out.
It's a mushroom. It's a fungus.
I'm sorry. I lashed out for no reason. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
But that's what a crested cactus looks like a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I have to agree with you on that.
It does.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it does.
Now that you have the proof.
The brain cactus, I think, is also like a crested variety, that vibe. Any crested cactus, the crested like Myrtillo cactus are so cool too. I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very unique. Okay. Well, I think we're well over an hour.
Yeah, we are. I didn't even realize we're at an hour. Whoa. Really quickly, though, a couple other ones that I really like.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
This is a great episode, you guys. Great idea, Adam. The Turk's cap cactus. I love the Turk's cap cactus. Those are really cool.
Is that an astrophytum too?
Yeah. I have like a thing.
I like astrophytum.
Yeah. And also the old woman cactus are like prettier than the old man cactus. And like, I love the tall, fuzzy white cactus, but the old women cactus, that's my one that flowered twice in my house under my grow lights for me.
What's the difference? I'm trying to look it up right now.
They're like shorter, fatter, not as fuzzy.
Okay.
Well, now I'm offended.
Yeah.
Oh, I have one of these. Yeah. I like these.
Do you? As I said it, I'm like, oh yeah, of course it's shorter, wider, and
shorter,
less fuzzy.
fatter.
So this is
generally uglier.
The Mammillaria hananina.
Yes.
Hanina.
So I think the cactus from our cactus blind repot, which was the Mammillaria, it was the stack of dicks, the bottle brush or whatever.
Yeah.
The one that I got that's still alive. It flowers like this.
Yes.
I feel like I've said this on the podcast multiple times, but when I posted it, someone was like, that gives girl at Coachella. Yeah. Okay,
yes.
so I have said it. That's what it's giving me.
Mammillaria.
So this one
are
doesn't
so
get
fun.
super tall. Does it?
I don't think that they get it. No, they don't get as tall as the old man. They're more like barrel
Yeah, it's like a
barrel
mound.
cactus.
Mound vibes. Because women stick together.
Exactly.
They're not trying to
Forever.
reach sky high and be better than everybody else. They just want to stick together.
What I like about the Mammillaria cactus is that they really give like Fibonacci sequence vibes when you look at them like top down. Because the way that they grow and how it's a spiral, it's very cool.
It is. Okay, really quick. I know you have the microscope, Adam, because you put me onto the microscope. Do you have the microscope, Becca?
No, I don't.
Okay, I'm going to send you the link, or I'll just buy it for you. You need it. Because like when you...
I'll buy it. It's okay.
When you look at your cactus with the microscope, have you ever done that, Adam?
No.
You have, oh my gosh, it is so creepy to look at a cactus spine like cluster in the microscope. It's so creepy. Very cool.
You have to post some photos.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. But taking photos on that thing kind of sucks because like I feel like you need, like I'm holding the plant as steady as I can, then I'm holding the microscope, and then I like can't get to my phone. Like that mealybug picture I posted earlier today, I had Jay take it because I like couldn't reach my phone. I'm like, come here, take a picture of this really quick.
Oh, I just screen record and do like a screenshot.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Work smarter, not harder.
Learn something new every day. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Hey, future
well, now I'm going to
reference.
go look up some cactus spines with that.
Do it.
Yeah,
It's so
that's
cool.
fun.
Or
Okay.
even like your macro lens would be fun.
Yeah. I'm going to buy it. I will buy it.
It's so cool. You'll have so much fun.
I'm excited.
You know, Becca, video idea for you. I'm going to give it to you free of charge. You don't even have to. Yeah. But I did a flat mite video, which is, I've talked about it on our podcast a lot. I'm no longer using sulfur.
Yeah.
Not for any reason. I don't think it's great. I don't really think it's great. So Nicole, I'm going to say like, maybe you shouldn't use it more anymore.
I
either.
literally ordered it a few hours ago.
Can you cancel that order? It works.
I can.
I'm just saying like, okay, don't do it inside.
Yeah.
Wear protective gear. Like all of the things that you should be doing, how
Right.
everyone should be doing when we're dealing with chemicals. You should never let it like touch your actual skin. You shouldn't breathe it in.
Right.
All of that. But anywho, this girl bought the microscope and like checked her Hoyas for the first time, like live, and did like a reaction video. And it was actually really entertaining to watch.
Oh gosh.
So
That would be kind of fun.
video idea.
There you go, Becca.
Who was the original
Live reaction.
creator?
Is it good growing?
She went live and did it or just did a video?
No, she did a YouTube video about flat mites.
Okay.
Mostly because I was like, oh, I wonder if anyone else did videos of flat mites, because mine performed really well, really quickly, but it was alive. So I don't know if that made a...
Okay. I'm going to look into that because that would be very interesting, actually, like to look at most of my, like, not just those, like not just Hoya, but like
Not
any
good growing.
plants.
It was not good growing. It was somebody that Good Growing just did a thing on Instagram with. So you can cut all this out, but I'm going to go look at it real quick.
Good Growing did it. She said using a microscope to check my Hoyas for flat mite.
Oh, it was her then. Emma.
All right, Emma. Thank
Okay.
you. Shout out to Emma for this video idea.
Yeah, but there's comes a point where like literally every Hoya group or someone's like, what are flat mites? And then I just see that thumbnail, like, because people are just like posting it and sharing it. And I'm just like,
Really?
It's got
Which, thank you.
18,000 views.
that SEO, man.
Yeah.
U of A
S-E.
made an article about the citrus flat mite.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, the university did it. Yeah, they deal with a lot of like citrus and crops and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, you know what's actually really great? One of my friends moved into a house and she was like, "Hey Becca, what should I plant? Like what would be good?" And we have obviously it's in Tucson, like there's a university there, and I found like a list that the university made of like good landscape plants. And I sent it to her and I said, "This is great. If you live near a university, they have so much stuff in their agriculture department that's local
Yeah.
to you." Because mine has MU. Like, I'm just saying, if you live near a university, you should use it. ASU.
You utilize those resources.
Utilize it. Wow, this is a long episode.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up. So, friends, you can find us on Patreon if you want to get extra chatty each month.
Or if you want
and
that baby
also-
update.
Yeah, if you want that parasite update over there on Patreon. It's sucking the life out of Becca.
She is taking it
also,
all.
It's just, help support the podcast and support us. And we really appreciate all of our patrons. And we'd love to see you over there. Follow us on Instagram, which we'll post about today's episode at Potted Together.
That's us.
I don't know why I just had a brain fart there. And then you can follow us individually on Instagram. Nicole is at My Clean Leaves. Becca is at De La Plants. And I am at Not Dude. And we will talk to you next week.
Goodbye.
Schwab Trading is now powered by Ameritrade. to give you a new, elevated trading experience tailor-made for trader minds. Go deeper with thinkorswim, the powerful award-winning trading platforms now at Schwab. Unlock support from the Trade Desk, our team of passionate traders who live and breathe trading like you do. And sharpen your skills with an expanding library of online education crafted just for traders. All designed to help you trade brilliantly. Learn more at schwab.com/trading.